Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to Shazmaths. In today's video, we will be discussing the specimen paper for May-June 2025, paper 2, that has been shared by Cambridge Official on their official website. We all know that there are no calculators allowed from 2025 onwards till 2027, but because this is the first time you guys will be appearing up in May-June 2025 without calculator, so there is heaps of discussion about how the paper will be like. So that's why the best idea is to go through this specimen paper, because this will give us the best idea on how the exam pattern, how the questions in the exam will look like. Although the exam pattern has already been shared by Cambridge on their official website, you do know the changes. It's going to be a 2 hours paper 2 of 100 marks. Previously it was different. Same goes with paper 4 as well. It's going to be of 2 hours, both carrying 50% weightage, and there are a few other changes in syllabus as well. So we will be going through the specimen exam in today's video, so make sure you watch till very end, because that's definitely going to be helpful for you guys. One more thing is, I would suggest that you guys watch this video or go through this whole exam after you've done at least 10 yearly exam papers. All right, so when I say at least 10 yearly exams, I mean that do not do the exams just for the sake of doing exams. So when I say this, I mean that it doesn't matter if you do 10 exams or 20 exams or 30 exams if you are not reflecting upon your mistakes. Your strategy should be, once you do the whole yearly exam, second thing you should be doing is mark yourself. Once you mark yourself and you've noticed that, okay, out of 80 marks, you've just scored 50 or 60 marks, then why have you lost those 20 or 30 remaining marks? Make sure to review your problems. Once you review your problems and you still find out that, okay, there are still issues and there are still questions and parts of those questions that you are unable to understand, then mark those problems, because it's very much possible that after a couple of days, when you will repeat that exam or repeat that question, you'll have that same issue again unless that has been addressed. So I always recommend, once you are done with the yearly exam, make sure to write down your problems and track them, that okay, you have learned, this is the thing that you have learned from this question. And then same goes with all of your problem questions. Make sure you either write it down, that what you have learned from those questions and what was the strategy, what was the new concept that you applied in that question and you have learned that concept, or make sure to refresh that knowledge before appearing up in any external exam. All right, so I'll come back to the same point. You should be doing at least 10 yearly exam papers before attempting this specimen exam. Okay, and not to forget, write down your problems. That's going to help you a lot, because once you are about to appear in your external examination, you can just revise all of your problems. That way, all of the new concepts that were not in your mind previously will be refreshed in a flash. Okay, I'm going to jump onto this exam now and let's start off. Okay, 2025 0580 paper 2. We all can see it's a non-calculator extended exam, and moving forward, total marks it carry is 100 marks, which is definitely a change now. Okay, and there is a formula sheet in this exam as well. We can see that, right? Previously you did not used to have this formula sheet, but now this will be provided as well. Give me a second and let me... Alrighty. Question number 1, work out 0.101 whole square. So that's a non-calculator exam again. So what I'll do is I'll change that in fraction, remove the decimal, take whole square. It's gonna become 1 over 10,000, which is going back into the decimal because the question provided was in the form of decimal. So it's gonna be 0.0001. So that's the answer. Write 57.3997 correct to 4 significant figures. So revising the concept of significant figures quickly. First non-zero digit is here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the fourth significant figure. We need the answer till this point. Next number is greater than 5, add 1 to it, so it becomes 57.40. Amy changes 250 euros into dollars. The exchange rate, we can see the exchange rate. Calculate the number of dollars Amy receives. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna say this is euro, and that's dollar. So 1 euro is equals to $1.10, and 250 euros will be equal to X. You cross multiply and you'll get 250 times 1.10. No calculator allowed, so I'll remove the decimal. Whenever you remove a decimal, instead of decimal or in the place of decimal, you write down 1, and then number of digits afterwards you replace them by zeros. So this becomes 250 times 110 by 100, so zeros cancel out, and our answer is 25 times 11, which is 275. She receives $275. Diagram shows two triangles ABD and ADC. We can see that ABD, ADC, BDC is a straight line. That's a straight line. We can see that. AB equals to AC. We can see that. That's marked already. Angle ABD is 61. Angle ADC is 81. Work out angle DAC. First hint is always to mark what you have to find out. Right? I'm just gonna say this is X, and make sure all the information that is provided in the question in the form of statements that is marked on the diagram as well. All right. Okay. How are we gonna find this out? Since it's the sides AB is equals to AC, so if this angle is 61, this should be 61 as well. Now if this is 61, I do know the whole angle. I'm just gonna say angle BAC would be equals to 180 minus 61 plus 61 is 122, so 180 minus 122 would give me 8 and 5, so 58 degrees. So I do know angle BAC is 58 degrees as a whole. Now since this whole is 58 degrees, I'm just gonna mark it with a different color so it's easier for you guys to understand. Anyway, so this whole is 58 degrees. Right, now this is 81. This angle we can easily find out, 180 minus 81, so that's gonna give me 99 degrees. And if this is 99 degrees, I'm gonna say angle BAD is equals to 180 minus 61 plus 99, which is 99 plus 61 is 160 degrees. 180 minus 160 gives me 20 degrees, so this angle is 20. So angle DAC should be equals to this whole, which is 58 minus 20. So 58 degrees minus 20 degrees gives me 38 degrees. So this should be 38 degrees. Just gonna quickly check it. 61, 61, 122, 858, yep, and then 80, 80 goes away, 100, 99, 60 and 160, 20, yep, all good. Okay, convert 0.17 meter square into centimeter square. I do know the conversion factor is 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter, but because it's square, so I'm gonna square both sides. So that's the conversion factor. 0.17 meter square would be X centimeter. I'm gonna cross multiply, and this gives me 17100. So that's 1700 centimeter square. Mass of a solid metal cuboid is 4 kg. Volume of the cuboid is 600 centimeter cube. Calculate the density of the metal, giving your answer in gram per centimeter cube. Alrighty, we do know the formula for density. Have to make sure that mass is in grams, which is 4000 grams, and then volume is already in centimeter cube. So density, which is denoted by rho, mass, which is 4000, over volume is 600, right? And then let's simplify that out. Zeros goes away. 40 over 6, that is, I'm just going to cancel them out with 2. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 2 is 0. 20 is 40, which is 20 by 3. And it says calculate the density of metal, giving your answer in gram per centimeter cube. So now this is a fraction. If I convert it into decimal, you can either write down your answer in form of fraction, that's acceptable as well, or if you want to go into decimal, then it's gonna be 6 point then you do 0. Alrighty, so it's gonna be 6.6 recurring, which is 6.67. So you can give both of these answers, both will be acceptable. Okay, so we do have two translation vectors. U is 3 minus 2, V is minus 12 and 5. We have to find U minus 2V. So which is U is 3 minus 2, and then minus 2 times this would be minus 12 times 2 is 24, and then 10. And I simplify this out. 3 minus minus becomes plus, so that's gonna be 27. And then minus 2 minus 10 is minus 12. Oops, sorry, that's positive 27 and minus 12. Find modulus of V, which is square root of x squared plus y squared. X squared is 144 plus 25, which is square root of 169, and that is 13. Since it is modulus, it won't include the negative value. Diagram shows a semicircle with diameter 9 cm. Calculate the total perimeter of this semicircle, giving your answer in the exact form. So that's very important. Exact form, right? So it contains, it's a semicircle, this part and then this part, right? So circumference of a full circle was 2 pi r. For semicircle, it's going to be pi r. So that means it is, radius is 4.5. So 4.5 times pi plus 9. Alrighty. Okay, I'm just gonna simplify it further. So 45 over 10 times pi plus 9, which is 5 times 2 and 5 times 9, and that is taking the LCM further. 9 pi plus 18 whole divided by 2. So either you can say 9 pi by 2 plus 9, or you can write down this one as well. Okay, so final answer is this: 9 pi by 2 plus 9 centimeters. In a sequence, T1 is this, T2 is this. I can see going from here to here, it's negative 5, negative 5, negative 5. Find T5 next term. Negative 5 would be minus 3. Tn, again it's a arithmetic sequence. Common difference is minus 5. So Tn would be A, first term is 17 plus n minus 1 times D is negative 5. Make sure you put a negative 5 as difference, not 5. So that comes up with 17 minus 5n plus 5. And that is 17 plus 5 is 22 minus 5n. We're running out of batteries, so I have to be quick. 5. Okay, moving on. Workout, that's mixed numbers. We just have to do basic calculation. But it's of 3 marks, so I'll show all my steps. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2, 8 by 3, plus 7 by 2. We have to give our final answer in the form of mixed number. So I'll take the LCM now, which is 6. So times 2, and then times 3 here and times 3 here. Gives me 16 plus 21 whole over 6, which is 31 and 37 over 6, and in mixed number it's gonna become 6 whole 1 by 6. So that's the final answer. Find the value of 64 whole to the power 2 by 3. What we can do in this form, in such questions, is you factorize 64 as a product of its prime factors. So 2 times 3, 2, 2 times 16, 2 times 8, 2 times 4, 2 times 2, and 2 times 1, right? So that's become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 64 can be written as 2 to the power of 6. That means I'm going to say 2 to the power of 6 whole power 2 by 3. Whenever law of indices, a quick recap, whenever there's a power of the whole power, both powers multiply. So 6 times 2 by 3 is 2 square times 2. That means 2 times 2 is 4, so 2 to the power of 4, which is 16. Work out giving your answer in standard form. So that's something new for IGCSE students as well. Remember what we have studied. Whenever two terms are being multiplied that are in standard form, we'll just multiply these two terms and apply laws of indices on these two terms. So 7.1 times 2, which is 14.2, times bases are same, 10 to the power negative 15 times 10 to the power 3. Whenever bases are same, terms are being multiplied, powers are added up. So 10 to the power of negative 15 plus 3, which becomes 14.2 times 10 to the power of negative 12. It says give your answer in the form of in standard form. That means decimal has to be after first non-zero digit. So I'll move this decimal one place towards left, and remember, whenever you are moving the decimal towards left, you have to add that much power in the power of 10, right? So I'm moving one place towards left, so this becomes 1.42 times 10 to the power negative 12, and I've moved one place, so I'm going to add 1. So quick recap again, you move towards left. If you're moving the decimal towards left, you have to add the power by that many number, and if you're moving towards right, you have to subtract in the power of 10 by that much number. All right, so this becomes 1.42 times 10 to the power negative 11. So that's the final answer. Part B is 5.2 times 10 to the power 7. Okay, now it's addition. That's slightly different. What you do is you try to make the power of 10 same on both sides, and then you take that power that term as common. All right, so that's what we will do. Either I can make 10 to the power 7 as 6 or 6 as 7. It's totally up to me how I want to approach that. Let's make 6 as 7. So 5.2 10 to the power of 7 plus, now I have to add 1 to the power of 10 here in order to make it 7. So if this becomes 10 power 7, as I've said before, I'll move decimal one space towards left, right? So this is gonna become 0.52. Now I'll take 10 to the power 7 as common, and then I'll add remaining terms. So 5.2 plus 0.52, you can do that either way. Just gonna do, so 0 plus 2 is 2, 7 and 5. So that's 5.72 times 10 to the power of 7. And that's already in standard form because the decimal is after first non-zero digit. Find the number of sides of a regular polygon with interior angle of 162. Remember the formula? Each interior angle equals to 180 times n minus 2 whole divided by n, right? So it's 162 equals to, and n goes multiplies on this side, so 162n equals to 180n minus 360. Simplifying this out further, 180 goes on this side, it becomes minus 18n equals to minus 360, minus goes away, and n equals to 20. The range, mod, median, and mean of 5 positive integers are equal to 10. Find one possible set of these 5 integers. Okay, that carries 4 marks, big chunk. So the range, mod, median, mean of 5 positive integers are all equal to 10. So let's say we've got A, B, C, D, E. Okay, range, that means E minus 10, E minus A, largest minus smallest, that is equals to 10. Okay. Median is 10 as well. That means C is equals to 10. So this is 10 because median is middle term, right? And then it says mean is equals to 10 as well. That means if I add all of them up, so A plus B plus C, which is 10, plus D plus E divided by 5, that's equals to 10 as well. That gives me A plus B plus D plus E equals to 50 minus 10, which is 40. Alrighty, so I have to make sure I satisfied these two conditions, that the range is 10, right? And then if I add all of these up, this should become 40 as well. Now I'll do a bit of trial and error and I'll jump onto the conclusion. So I do know C is 10. I'm gonna put this as 10. Okay. If I say maximum number is 30, which can't be the case. If I say maximum number is 15, right? So let's say this is 15. I'm doing a rough work over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is 15, then this has to be 5, and that's 10. Now I'm saying that A, B, D, and E. So A, B, D, and E should be equals to 40. So A, B, D. So 15, 10 is 25, and A is 15. So let's say if they are equal to 40 or not. 15 plus 15 is 30, and then this has to be 10 as well. So if that's the case, let's have a look if these numbers satisfy the conditions provided in the question or not. Range is maximum minus minimum. 15 minus 5 is 10. Yep. Mod, most repeated value is 10. Satisfied. Median, middle value. Out of 5, it should be third term, which is 10. Yep. And mean, if you have a look, it's going to be 30 plus 20, which is 50, divided by 5, which is 10. So this set of number is perfectly fine. Now it can be any set, right? Make sure you just satisfy these conditions that are mentioned in the question. So what I've done in this question is I've written down the mathematical expression that has to be satisfied for these 5 positive integers. Once that was done, I just made sure they are always met, and then we got the final answer. Alrighty, question number 15, which is from transformations. It says describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle T onto triangle A. So we're going from here to here, right? And I can see that it's the isometric transformation. Why I'm saying it's isometric is because have a look at this side. It is 1, 2, 3 units, and this side 1, 2, 3 units. So it hasn't changed. The dimensions are not changed. Same goes with this side. This side it's 1 unit, and it's 1 unit here, right? So I can see that the dimensions have not been changed. That means that this is the isometric transformation. So either it's a reflection or rotation. Now if I rotate this triangle 90-degree clockwise, it's gonna become this triangle, right? It's gonna attain this shape. So I'm pretty sure that this is a rotation. So what I'll say, it carries 3 marks. I'm just gonna say it is rotation 90-degree clockwise. Now last thing is I have to determine the point of rotation. There are 2 methods to determine point of rotation. First one is you draw it geometrically. We do know point of rotation is equidistant from all the corresponding points, right? So just gonna mark the corresponding points. This point is corresponding to this one, this point is corresponding to this one, and then this point is corresponding to this one. So one way is you draw it geometrically. You draw the perpendicular bisectors of these corresponding points and where all of those intersect. That's going to be point of rotation, which is the lengthy method. What I would do is, because I know it's going to be equidistant from all the corresponding points, so have a look on this green one. If it is equidistant from this point, either it can be this point or this point, right? So I'm just gonna quickly do hit and trial. If I'm saying it's this point, I can see if I rotate this line 90-degree clockwise, then this line should be, or this point should move on to here. But our image is somewhere here. That means that's wrong. Okay, now let's have a look onto this point. So I will use red mark for this one so that you guys are able to relate. In fact, green would do. So if this is my point of rotation, which is 4 3, so this point, if I rotate this line 90 degrees, it's gonna go on to this point, which is correct. Let's have a look at the second one. This point, if I rotate this line 90-degree clockwise, it's gonna go on to this point, right? So that means, which is fine as well. Let's check the third one. This point, if I rotate this line 90-degree clockwise, it's gonna go on to this point, which is perfectly fine. We can see that. Have a look. It's 90 degrees, right? So that means our point of rotation is 4 3. There are multiple ways to do it. In paper 2, I would say go for the quickest one, but make sure it's the accurate one as well. There are a couple of other ways with which we can do this question, but I think this should be enough. We've discussed this in our class, so yeah, just revise all of those ways. It's gonna be handy for you. All right, question number 16. A student measures the height 8 centimeter of each of 400 plants. Cumulative frequency curve is given. So use the diagram to find an estimate for the median. So there were in total 400 plants. Median would be at 200 mark, which is here. And I'm gonna have a look, what does this represent? So straight away go down, which is, by the looks of it, looks like 30. Yep. Interquartile range, which is upper quartile minus lower quartile. Right, so let's have a look. What is the upper quartile range? Upper quartile range is 75% of the data, which is, if it's in total, it's 400. So have a look, where is 300? So for this one, 5 small blocks represent 40. That means one small block is gonna represent 8 units. Okay, so $300 would be 1 2 somewhere in between this. So in between this, where does this intersect? Just gonna draw a straight line from here. Have a look, where does this intersect the graph? So it is now on the x-axis. 1 2 3 4 5. 5 small blocks represents 10 units. That means one small block would represent 2 units. So 1 2 3 and 3.5. So it should be 37. So upper quartile is 37 minus lower quartile is at 100. It's gonna be somewhere here, which is, we go, so 12 14 16, and then it should be 17. So 37 minus 17, which is 20. Eightieth percentile. So 80th percentile of 400 would be at 320. So what's the value of height at 320? So going till here, and going all the way down which I can see it's next to this line and it's in between this line. Basically it's somewhere here, which is 39 centimeter. Number of plants with a height greater than 60 centimeters. So have a look how many plants are there with 60 centimeter. So till here on this line, oops, that's the point which refers to the height 60 centimeter. And the number of plants are somewhere here, which is, remember, one block was 8 centimeter, was representing number 8, so 360, and that's right in between it, which is 364. So he's asking for the plants that are more than 60 centimeter. That means this region basically. So 400 minus 364 will give me the exact number, and that is 6 and 30. So that is 36 plants. Heights are also shown in the frequency table. Okay, complete the histogram to show this information. So we have to draw the histogram. Alrighty. So first block is drawn. I'm just gonna quickly have a look if the class width is equal, 20, 10, 10, 40, not equal. That means if the class width is not equal, then on y-axis it should be frequency density, and the formula was frequency density equals to frequency over class width. So let's quickly find out frequency density for each of these classes, right? Okay, so 120 divided by 20, it should be 6, and I can have a look. That's 6, so it's all good. For this one, it's going to be 80 over 10, which is 8, 124 over 10, which is 12.4, and then 76 over 40, which is, let's find that out. 2 times 1 is 2, goes there, 9, 10, which is 1.9. Alrighty, 1, 9, 10. Yep, so that's 1.9 for this one. Okay, so 20 to 30, it's 8. So I do know it's 8 from here to here. I'll draw a straight line. Oops. And then from here, so that's 20 to 30. 30 to 40 is 12.4. So let's mark 12.4. Remember, 2 is representing 5 blocks, right? So if I divide 2 by 5, so one block would represent this times 2 times 2. It's going to represent 0.4 units on y-axis. Okay, so we have to go 20 to 30 is marked. 30 to 40 is 12.4. So 30 to 40 is 12.4, one block here. So let's mark it. Here we go. And 40 to 80 is 1.9, right? So 1 would be right in between it. 1.4 is here. 1.8 is here, and 1.9 is fact. So 1.4 is here. 1.8 is here. My bad, 1.6 is here. So 1.9 would be right below this 2 mark, and it's from 40 to 80. So 40 to 80, I'm just gonna draw it. Let's use as thin as I can. Nope, I can't go thinner than this, but I hope so this will give you a good idea. So remember, it's 0.4, 0.8, 0.4 here, 0.8, 1.2, 1.6, and then right below 2 it's gonna be 1.9. So it goes all the way from here till here. Okay, so this should be the sketch of the histogram. Okay, question number 17, which is in regards to circle properties. How does this go away? The diagram shows a cyclic quadrilateral ABCD. We can see that BD and AC intersect at X. Okay. Angle BAD is 74 degrees and angle BCA is 34 degrees. BCA, that's marked. BAD, that's marked as well. Find angle BDA. So BDA, which is this angle. Okay, so I can... let's find it out quickly. So have a look. It's a property of a circle. If the same arc makes any angle at the circumference, it's going to be equal. So arc AB is making this angle at circumference point C, and that's 34, and same arc is making the angle at point D. Starts from A, goes, touches at point D, comes back at B, so it's going to be 34 as well. Ready? Angle BCD. So angle BCD, we have to find out this whole angle. So because it's a cyclic quadrilateral, that means sum of these two opposite angles should be 180, so it's going to be 106 degrees. Angle ABD. So ABD, we have to find out this angle. So it's simple. Angle ABD, it's a triangle. So 74 plus 34 would give me 108, and 180 minus 108 gives me 72 degrees. So this should be 72 degrees. In the diagram, triangle ADX is similar to triangle BCX. So ADX, I'm just going to write down the statement. Similar to triangle BCX. I can see that they are butterfly triangles. Anyway, BC is 4.5, AD is 9, CX is 3.3. Work out XD. I'm just going to write down the similarity statement. That gives me a good idea. So it's going to be AD over BC, because I do know when the figures are similar, the ratio of their corresponding sides is equal. So I'm just writing down that statement. And now I'll fill in the data, which is, what do I have? I have BC, which is 4.5. I don't know AD. I do know AD, which is 9, equals to what is DX. I don't know that. Do I know CX? Yes, I do. So I need to find XD, which is, I'll just say that X. And CX is 3.3 centimeter. Right? So I do have an equation. This goes to 2. So X would be equals to 6.6 centimeters. Simple as that. Okay, on to the next one. That's from functions. Find f of minus 3. So I'll just substitute x as minus 3. And that's going to be three minus 2 times 3 is 6. So that's 9. G f of minus 3. So g of f of minus 3, we've already found that out. That's 9. So basically we have to find out g of 9. So 2 times 9 plus 3. And that's 18 plus 3, which is 21. Find f inverse of x. So remember the steps in order to find the f inverse of x. Let y equals to f of x. Second step was, you'll make x the subject of the equation, which will be y plus 2, my bad, y minus 3 divided by minus 2 equals to x. And last step was replace x by f inverse of x, and wherever you can see y, replace it with x. So I'll shift this negative upwards. It's going to become 3 minus x whole by 2. So that's the expression for f inverse of x. Find x when g of x equals to 7. So g of x is expressed like this. basically in the definition of g of x, you'll substitute g of x again. Just writing down what was g of x here. And that was 2x plus 3. Okay, so 2 times 2x plus 3 plus 3, that's g of x, and that's equals to 7. Let's simplify that out. It's going to be 4x plus 6 plus 3 equals to 7. So 4x, it's 9, goes on to the other side, it's going to be minus 2, and value of x equals to minus 2 by 4, which is minus 1 by 2. So that's the answer. Find x when h inverse of x equals to 5. So do we have h inverse of x? We don't, but we can find it out. So h of x was 2 to the power of x. Now this is slightly tricky one because you do not know, and that's not in your syllabus, on how to find the inverse of a exponential function. So I'll use the statement in the question and slightly maneuver it. So h inverse of x equals to 5. That means if I shift this over here, x would be equals to h of 5, right? So let's find that out. It's going to be h of 5 is equals to 2 to the power of 5, and that's 32. So value of x is 32. We have seen such questions in past exams as well. So as I've said before in the start of this video, if you've already done at least 10 exams, you would know the answer to this. All right, so it's something that wasn't part of the syllabus before. So we have to simplify these. In order to simplify this, best way is to factorize them. So let's quickly factorize them. 32 is 2 times 16, 2 times 8, 2 times 4, 2 times 2, 2 times 1. So we can write 32 as 2 to the power of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then we can write down 98 as 2 times 4, 1 goes there, 9. Then 7 times 7, 7 times 1. So 98 can be written as 2 times 7 square. So I'm just going to express this in this form now. So square root of 38 is 2 to the power of 4 times 2 plus square root of 98 is 2 times 7 squared, right? So now shift the terms which do have the even power. You can bring them outside. So this becomes 2 square root of 2 plus 7 square root of 2. So basically 4 root 2 plus 7 root 2. And now take root 2 as common. So 4 plus 7 is 11. So 11 root 2 is the final answer. Rationalize the denominator. How do you rationalize? It's going to be root 2 plus 1, and you times it by root 2 minus 1 over root 2 minus 1. And it's going to become root 2 minus 1 over, you'll apply the formula a plus b times a minus b is a square, which is 2, minus b square, which is 1. And that becomes root 2 minus 1. That's your final answer. Proportionality. Y is inversely proportional to square root of x. Should be of 2 marks, 3 marks. Alrighty. So first we'll find the connecting equation. Whenever you remove the sign of proportionality, you have to apply a constant. So it's k over root of x. So 2 marks is that you have to find that constant k and give the examiner the connecting equation. For how to find that, we do have these values. So y is 8. I'm going to replace y by 8 and x by 4. So from here, k would be equals to square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 8 is 16. So connecting equation is y equals to 16 over square root of x. Ready? Now it says find the value of y when x is 49. So y equals to 16 over square root of 49, which is 7. So y is 16 by 7. Now you can leave the answer in this form, or you can go in mixed number as well, which is 2 whole 2 by 7. Both ways you'll get full marks. Okay, in this question all measurements are in centimeters. Height of the triangle is h and height of the rectangle is h plus 2. We can see that. That's marked onto the figure. Length of the base of the triangle is x centimeter and length of the rectangle is x plus 1. Area of the triangle is 11 centimeters square and area of rectangle is 39 centimeters square. Write down an expression in terms of x for the height of the rectangle. Okay, now that's the height of the rectangle, right? So we have to express this in terms of x. For this one, I do have this information provided to me. Area of rectangle is 39, and do know area of rectangle is length times width or height, and that's 39. So if this whole is height, so I'm going to say height of rectangle is equals to 39 over x plus 1. That's it. Okay. Show that 2x squared minus 15x plus 22 is equals to 0. Alrighty. Now, how would I derive this equation? Now, in such equations, again, what do? Is you find out for the information that's already provided to you. Okay, so we do know from the above equation, h plus 2, I'm just gonna say from part A, h plus 2 equals to 39 over x plus 1. So that's my equation 1. And I'll use the information for triangle as well, which was area of triangle is 11 centimeters square. All right, so area of triangle was 11, which is 1 by 2 times base times height. So from here, if I make h the subject of equation, it's going to give me 22 over x equals to h. I'll say this is the equation number 2. And let's substitute that in equation 1. And that would give me 22 over x plus 2 equals to 39 over x plus 1. And I'm going to simplify that further. So 22 plus 2x, I've taken the LCM, right? And I'll cross multiply in the same step as well, times x plus 1 equals to 39x. And if I open it up, it's going to become 22x plus 2x square plus 22 plus 2x minus 39x equals to 0. Simplify that out further, so it's 2x square, 22x plus 2x gives me 24x, minus 39x gives me minus 15x, and the term without x is 22, so it's plus 22 equals to 0. I reckon this is what we had to prove. Have a look here. Yep, we got it. By factorizing and solving this, find two possible heights of the triangle. Okay, so we'll factorize it. They've already mentioned you have to factorize it. So I'll multiply the third term with the first term and write down in my rough work. So I'll say rough work. So 22 times 2x squared is plus 44x squared. So what are the factors of 44 that, if added, would give me the middle term, which is 15, right? So that's the middle term. Have a look here. Okay, let's factorize 44 quickly. Or you can do it the other way as well, which is 2 times 22. 3 doesn't go on 44, and 4 and 11. If I add these factors, it's gonna give me 15. So let's use these ones. So 2x squared minus 11x minus 4x plus 22 equals to 0. Oops. I'll keep on factorizing it. I'll take x as common. It's gonna become 2x minus 11 and then minus 4 as common. In fact, minus 2 as common. So 2x minus 11 equals to 0. So it becomes 2x minus 11 and then x minus 2 equals to 0. It gives me two values of x, which is x equals to 11 by 2. Again, you can express this in a form of mixed numbers as well, or x equals to 2. But in the question, he's asking you for the values of h. So h was 22 by x. So I'm going to say h equals to 22 over 11 over 2, which is 4, or it is 22 over 2, which is 11. So these are the final answers, 4 or 11. That was a 5 marks, big chunk. Okay, find the exact value of x. That's a 4 marks, right? So it's simple trigonometry, hypotenuse and base is involved. So we have to go for cos. So cos of 30 degrees equals to 8 over x. So cos 30, we have to remember the value, which is root 3 by 2. 8, I'll write that again, over x, cross multiply, and that's gonna be 8 times 2 over root 3, which is equals to 16 over root 3. If you rationalize it, it's gonna become root 3 times root 3. It's gonna be 16 root 3 over 3. So that's the final answer. Okay, write as a single fraction. It's in its simplest form. It's basic algebra. We just have to take the LCM. So the LCM would be 3 times x plus LCM would be x minus 4 times x plus 3, right? So I'm just doing it directly by multiplying the numerator by x plus 3, and for this one it's gonna be multiplied by x minus 4 whole over x minus 4 times x plus 3. This is gonna become 3x plus 9 minus 4x plus 16 whole over x minus 4 times x plus 3. Simplify that out further. It's going to become 25 minus x whole over x minus 4 x plus 3. And that's the final answer. Question number 24, it says write x squared minus 4x plus 7 in the form of this, and that's the complete square form. So let's convert it into complete square form quickly. There are two methods to do it. Just gonna adapt the first one. Take the coefficient of x squared as common in the first two terms. Divide the coefficient of x by 2 and add its square and subtract its square. Last one was pick up the first term, sine of second, third term, put a whole square on it, and then expand the rest of them and simplify. So minus 4 plus 7 is plus 3. So that's the final answer. X minus 2 whole square plus 3. Write in the coordinates of turning point of the graph this. Is it the same graph? X squared minus 4x plus 7. Yes. So the turning point is 2 and 3. I can see that, right? Two shapes are mathematically similar. Area of the larger shape is this. Area of smaller shape is this. Because they are similar, I do know it's going to be this formula. A1 by A2 equals to L1 over L2 whole square. That is applicable, right? So let's call that A1. Let's call that A. In fact, let's call that A1 and let's call that A2. So area smaller is 25. So I'm going to say 25 over 36 equals to length of height of smaller is x and height of larger is 9. Let's simplify this out. So that's going to become, take square root on both sides, so that's 5 by 6 equals to x over 9, and you cross multiply, so 5 by 6 times 9 equals to x, which is 15 by 2, and then you can say x equals to either 15 by 2, write down 7.5, make sure it's in centimeters, or 15 by 2, or you can say 7 whole 1 by 2, it's up to you. All of these answers will be accepted. On the diagram, sketch the graph of this. How many marks does it carry? Is there a way I can minimize this? Okay, that's good. Alrighty, sketch the graph of y equals to f of x from -3 to 4. Show the values of intersections with the x's. Okay, and it's of 3 marks. That means the examiner is marking us on the basis of curve, if we do know the shape of the curve and the points of intersection, right? So it will intersect the x-axis at 0, -2 and 3. All right, so 0, -2 would be somewhere here, -3, so yeah, somewhere here, and 3 would be somewhere here. Okay, about the y-intercept, let's put x as 0, so I'm gonna say f of 0 would be 0 times 2 times -3, so 0 times anything is 0, so it has to go through origin. Okay, so now because the coefficient of x cube is positive, if I expand it, it will get to know that, right? So for positive, the shape is always like this. If it was negative, then it would have been like this, right? Anyway, I'm gonna go back and let's sketch the shape. So it has to go through here. Here we go. Not a bad sketch. About the coordinates of minimum and maximum point, if that was more than 3 marks, then I would have assumed that examiner is asking us for the coordinates of minimum and maximum point as well, but it's of 3 marks, so we should be okay with it. So this is, I'm gonna say this is 0, 0. I'll mark this one as 3, 0, and this one as -2, 0. Expand and simplify this. You can expand it obviously, so 2 ways, either you multiply x with first bracket or second bracket, so I'm going to adapt this methodology. So x squared plus 2x times x minus 3, and now let's expand this further. So x cube minus 3x squared plus 2x squared minus 6x. Simplify the like terms, so x cube minus x squared minus 6x. That's it. A is the point 1 minus 6. The tangent to the graph of y equals to f of x at A meets the y-axis at B. Find the coordinates of B. Okay. So A is the point 1 minus 6. Tangent to the graph of y equals to f of x at A. I'll go back to the graph, what we have sketched above. It was of this shape, right? Now, 1 minus 6. 1 minus 6 is somewhere here, let's say. Say tangent to the graph at this point. Meets the y-axis at B. Now what do we need is, we first need the equation of that tangent, right? So for the equation of tangent, we do know, if we need to find equation of straight line, which is tangent in this scenario, what do we require? We require gradient and we require a point. So what is the gradient? We would need to find that. We do know the equation of curve is y equals to x cube minus x squared minus xx. I'll quickly find out dy by dx, which is 3x squared minus 2x minus 6. I need to find the gradient at x equals to 1, which is going to be 3 minus 2 minus 6, and that is minus 5, right? Now I do have the gradient of the tangent. I do have the point, it's 1 minus 6. I'll use the formula y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. And from here I'll find the equation of tangent, which is y equals to minus 5x plus 5 minus 6. And that is minus 5x minus 1. So once I do have the equation of tangent now, I know this tangent meets the y-axis at b, right? So that means the x-coordinate should be 0. If the tangent, and that's the y-axis, that's crossing at b. So for y-axis, we do know x-coordinate is 0. So the y-coordinate would be y equals to minus 5 times 0 minus 1, which is equals to minus 1. So coordinates of b are 0 and minus 1. Ready? And that's about it. So that was about it, guys. That's our whole exam, specimen paper 2. This should give you the idea what sort of questions you can expect in May June 2025. But as I said before, again, make sure you do this exam after you have done at least 10 exams. And 10 exams won't be sufficient. You have to do at least 5 years of exams, all variant, if you're planning to appear in May June 2025. And one last thing was, as I mentioned before, if you are and you want to achieve maximum grade, make sure you learn from your mistakes. You write down and you mark the problem questions that you're facing in your yearly exams, and then revise them, reflect upon them, and try not to repeat the same mistakes again in the upcoming exams. All right, until our next video, take care and stay healthy, stay focused. Hope so this video will help you a lot. If you liked our approach, the way we have solved these questions, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave us a few comments in the comment section to let us know what would be the next exam that you would want us to follow, that you would want us to solve. Thanks, guys. See ya.